Alrighty, the Wz-110. A long overdue review. Some might say 2 years out of date. I would say actually it's slap bang up to date, because the reviews for this tank have been posted. The other reviews I've seen a long time ago, and they were done, I think, when the game was different. Best video to watch on the attributes of the tank, watch Skater's stream. He's done an excellent video on this. We'll talk all about the armour profile and what to do and all the rest of it. In terms of that, very quickly, it's a pike nose, so you need to point the nose of the tank at the enemy at all times. You need to hide the bottom plate, which is absolutely huge and immense, and do not get shot in the side because there is no spaced armour, so that's not great. So basically it's top plate and turret, face hugs like a boss, all that good stuff. In terms of everything else, I didn't want to drive this tank at all. I drove the IS-2 and it bored the arse off of me, and then I just thought, yeah, another IS-3, another IS-6, another this, another that. No, it's not. It ain't that at all. The gun on the tank is absolutely bloody glorious, as you can see, because it's accurate. It actually doesn't have a generic IS type gun. It has a very accurate gun. The pen's more than adequate and the alpha's nice and tidy. It does roll random numbers, anything from about 270 to 325, 350, sort of those numbers. So yeah, it's not reliable from that point of view, but what it does do is shoot exceptionally accurately, and that's why I put the first game on. I didn't find the tank at all frustrating to play, because I can actually land my shots in it. If I'm driving an IS-3, IS-5, IS-6, a Glacial, any of those tanks, I'll be chewing through my iPad here, and to be honest, I couldn't have played it like I've just played it. I would have had to have got much more up close and personal with the enemy. Now look, you're going to miss some shots if you don't let the radical go down, and just to oblige you, I'm going to miss two sitters here. We'll watch the Black Prince. I know it's a one shot, so I'm trying to cheeky grub kill there, and you see what I mean. You still got to get the radical to go down. It is a heavy tank after all, but the gun is absolutely great. Now the face hugging ability of the tank's also good. Again, you're hiding the bottom plate, and it will eat things like lurvers for breakfast, because actually the DPM on the tank is exceptionally good. It is exceptionally good. You can out DPM stuff if you want to go trade. So overall, all good. Now the reason I say the other reviews are out of date is because the main protagonists, if you like, this thing was fighting, were other ISs and defenders and all that kind of good stuff. And what's happened since those reviews were made is you've got things like this annoying Chinese wedge tank, you've got the VK100 Wotb German super heavy, you've got the Tiger 2, which is highly buffed. You've got things like the Defender, but the Defender TD version of the Defender trucking around. There's been so much power creep at tier 8 that whereas I think when this tank came out it was borderline OP, I actually think that it's been balanced out by all the other OP tanks in tier. So for that reason I wouldn't say the tank's OP, but it is an exceptionally good tank, and for me it gives you something that you don't get from tier 8 Russian type heavy tanks, because it's all about the gun. The first game, by the way, I got to be honest, I think that's a really cheap ace. I mean, like really cheap, and I think there can't be a lot of people playing it. May have been skewed by Mad Games, but I mean, really, that's a soft ace. The second game isn't a soft ace, and the second game is much better. So I'll talk about the gameplay and you'll see what I mean. So first off, you can see I'm side scraping. It side scrapes deluxe if you keep your angles correct, so pointing at the enemy, that'll be fine. Hide the bottom plate, and if you look at the angle I've got on the back of the tank, this is an auto bounce. Not only is it through a bush, so the kid is finding it hard to aim, that is literally in this tank, that is an auto bounce every single time. You can literally sit there and bounce them for fun all game if that is your desire. But unfortunately, you know, this is after all Blitz. You rarely get to play those old school games anymore where you just sit and side scrape and do nasty damage to people and all the rest of it. It's all about the YOLO and the push and this, that and the other. Next thing is the gun. There goes my one. It is, I mean, you've got 6 degrees, so you can make cheeky shots like that into the side of a lurver, which is bloody lovely. And 6 degrees of gun depression on a heavy tank is more than acceptable in my book. It is way more than acceptable. And I can show this kid some leg, and I can angle towards the IS-6. And you know, I'm really happy in these sorts of situations in this tank. There's no need to push down there. There's another bounce. Again, can't aim through the bush, plus the fact I'm literally pointed straight at him. That's again going to be an auto bounce. The lurver's a one shot, and I see in the corner of my eye our lurver's pushed. So he's going to do exactly the right thing. He's going to go down into that tiger and hug him. I'm having a good think about what I'm going to do. I know that we're going to get pushed by a defender, but at the same time we do need to clear the Tiger 2, and I am losing teammates rapidly. I really don't want to be down here, but here I am. There's another bounce off the IS-6, and the defender's doing the right thing. He's focusing up on the lurver, but what he doesn't realise, because there's not many of these tanks in the game, is that my reload is amazing. I've got this kiddie for breakfast. He'll be reloading between now and doomsday. I'm just going to out DPM him. That's no problem at all. Then I'm going to angle. There you go. This is it. Watch. Front on. Literally front on, and turn the tank so you're at all times front on. You're going to get bounces like that all day off of IS-6s. And he's now on a reload. I've got time to spare. Look, time to burn on the reload on the IS-6. I can literally scope him, I can pull back. He's still got another 3 seconds reload, and I'm reloaded. I've put 2 into him for every 1 he can put into me. And that's why this tank's bloody great. And I'm just left with the SU, which it will face hug. I mean, this kid's going to spank me hard as he bloody can with HE, and he can. I mean, not too much I can do about it, but I've got hit points to burn, so all I've got to do is face hug this out, which is exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm just abusing the DPM on the tank. I know I'm going to take another one unless he ammo racks me, which he won't from there. I'm all good. So in summary, the tank is still awesome. It's just not what it was, because the meta of the game around it has changed with all the other OP things that have come in. And do you know what? I actually think that's good. I actually think the tank's in balance. I will certainly be keeping it. And, you know, I really don't see a reason to have an IS-3 in a garage if you got one of these. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. See you. Bye.